from Midfield near Stowmarket. Recycle.
Completely recycled. Cost less than £100 to build. Weighs in at 79.5 kilos. Certain to give all opponents a licking with his pneumatically driven steel tongue, a reach of over 90 centimetres.
Robot ears, stand by.
Driver, former TV presenter Rex Garrod and his engineer mate Simon West.
It's called Recyclops because it's made entirely out of recycled materials from scrapyards. It has a quite lethal weapon which comes out and then flips up.
3, 2, 1, activate.
So out comes Recyclops with the tongue. Aye, aye. Will he take on Shunt there? Well, he does. And a nice little turn of pace beyond the skittles. In comes Bash. And that's finger-licking hot stuff in there. All beyond Bash and Shunt. And there's a lovely little bit of driving and crashes beyond Matilda and through.
Robot ears, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Let's see if the detonator repairs have worked. Well, it's slowly away. In fact, it's not even away. The girl's only 15, and detonator can't even move. Recyclops is pegged. Oh, what a run through by Mortis! And the boys from Jesus College, Cambridge are there already. That was stunning. Still detonator at the start. Poor old David Crosby in pain. Recyclops against Matilda. Matilda interfering with Recyclops. Ugh, what a dreadful thought. And still detonator right back at the start. David Crosby has had enough. He's gone. Now Scrapper making its move. Strangely backwards. And it's through backwards. Oh, well, strange, but through nonetheless. Now Leebot takes on Shunt. Recyclops by the pyramid is in problems here. Leebot being pushed all over the place. Making steady progress anyway for its team. Watching back in the pits. And slowly and slowly and surely the Woodlouse is through. But look at Matilda there, stopping the progress of all Recyclops. Until then it's flipped. Well, he got underneath Matilda and flipped her over. She will not be pleased. And back at the start, detonator still with so many problems.
Cease. Robot ears, stand by.
Scrapper with 6 menacing saw blades
3,
against
2,
the tongue of Recyclops.
1, activate.
You stick your tongue out at me and I'll wink at you. Ooh, very nice indeed as the two robots come together. Manoeuvring for position at the moment. Don't go broadside. Oh, no, you shouldn't have done that. Broadside and the tongue came out. Oh dear, the thought of Rex Garrod getting his tongue in the right place leaves me rather nauseous.
Stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Black tongue and fluttering eyelashes and all. He prepares to do battle with Mortis. Went for a charge there. You see Mortis got broadside on. The tongue can go underneath Mortis and flip him. Mortis dodges away and the judges will be impressed by that style. Damage, aggression, control and style will come into count if the robots fail to immobilize each other. They don't want to go into that patrol area. Matilda awaits. She can't come out of that patrol area very far. She'll have to go back in any second now, but she's chasing down on Recyclops. There you see her going back into the patrol area. And Mortis is impaled on a spike. And that's poor driving. That is poor steering, and that'll count against the boys from Cambridge. Chris Salisbury driving, and it's taking damage there from Matilda. Points against Mortis. In comes Recyclops with a good attack. I think the axe blade is bent there as well. More damage then, and more points against them. But Mortis free now to see if they can retaliate. Gets in underneath Recyclops. Good defensive work by Recyclops, holding on there. Rex Garrod managing to spin away. Good work by him. Again, Recyclops aggressively goes at Mortis. Out comes the tongue. Good aggression once again. Mortis retaliates underneath and is now driving into another patrol area. That'll count against him again. Poor steering. And it's stuck on the side bars and needs to get out and is negative here. Recyclops is trying to get away, but not Mortis. And Mortis is taking more damage.
Cease.
what a baffling finish! And it goes to the judges!
Well, it has to be a judge's decision, and we're going to await that.
And let's have a look while we wait at some of the points they will be considering. Good dodging by Recyclops, damage to Mortis. Recyclops aggressive and attacking. Poor steering by Mortis, got it in there in the first place, but retaliating. Good defensive work by Recyclops, again aggression from Recyclops. And good defensive work, withstanding the Mortis thrust. And I think this could count against Mortis ultimately driving in there onto the sidebars.
Okay, the judges have made their decision using the 4 criteria: damage, control, style, and aggression. And their decision is Recyclops!
Well, that's hugely popular in the pits, look, and they're the real experts, the Roboteers.
Come on, guys, come on up. What a performance! And a very popular win. Did you think you'd got it?
Well, no, not really.
Roboteers, stand by.
There they are, the drivers of Roadblock with its scooped front, and Body Hammer, the Cold Fusion team, and Rex Garrod on the right, driver of Recyclops with the extending ton. There's Cunning Plan from the University of Reading.
3, 2,
And Robot the Bruce, and
1.
Tracy from tonight.
Activate.
And this for the title, the first ever UK Robot Wars champion. Aggressive style already, especially from Tracy spiking Recyclops, and that allows Roadblock to come in underneath. There's the extended tongue, but Recyclops can't flip Tracy over at this moment in time. Tracy comes back. There's Body Hammer in the spotlight briefly, and running away, Cunning Plan. Needs to get back into the action and be aggressive, and it is there because the judges will mark for aggression, and Tracy's up on Cunning Plan, and both of them are out, immobilised. 4 left, Body Hammer and Recyclops, and Robert the Bruce there to the left-hand side, and the dangerous Roadblock, who's persisting in this attack on Recyclops, the most dangerous attacking robot otherwise in the field, but up on its side, Recyclops. Down it comes, the tongue takes a fearful bashing. Roadblock still pressurising, and Body Hammer thrusts into Robot the Bruce. Recyclops on its side, not yet down. Robot the Bruce trying to get involved. Rex Garrod needs to get his tongue back in every sense of the word. Recyclops up the picture. There's the chain off Recyclops. And then attacking by Roadblock has paid off. Recyclops is out. They're down to 3. Body Hammer. Roadblock behind it. And there's Robot the Bruce up on his side and goes as well. And that leaves 2. The Roadblock team of students from Bodmin against the team of nuclear engineers and Body Hammer. Here's Roadblock closing in on the far more experienced engineering team, getting in underneath. It's over. It goes to the judges. And the arena on its feet, a standing ovation.
From Stowmarket, Cassius.
A knob made of clay. A sinister-looking heavyweight contender with a deadly jab from a CO2 gas-pressurized ram capable of lifting 1.5 tons. Inventor Rex Garrod's built Teletubby toys at 79.3 kilograms, though. This is a lean and mean machine.
Roboteers, stand by.
Cassius, one of the competition favourites. Rex Garrod's been here before. Recyclops by the pyramid is in problems here. She will not be pleased.
Do you think you can do better this time?
I hope so. It's a pretty nimble robot this time, and it has this nasty weapon.
So talk me through it. Tell me what this robot's got.
The whole thing is a little bit high-tech, but that's the weapon. That will lift about 1.5 tons.
So this gets underneath something and then pings it up.
It should get somebody almost out of the arena.
So could that lift the Kilolot, for example?
Well, if he is under 1.5 tons, yes.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
So this wedge-shaped robot then, to the start of the gauntlet. It's going to take on the Sentinel down this part. Got a little bit of luck and a bit of speed and through, and Dead Metal can't stop it. That's a great run by Cassius. Too late for Dead Metal to come in now. Well done, Rex.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
A goalkeeper with a flamethrower and a fullback with tusks. You wouldn't want to fall back on Matilda, would you, at any stage? This is good work in there immediately, though, by Loco! Loco scores! They're through! They'll be removed from the arena for the next round. Gives you some size of the scale of things here and the weight of Loco.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Wizard nearest the ball. In comes Cassius. Wizard almost toppled by Matilda. Cassius in possession. Rex Garrod's put that scoop on the front look to control the ball. Rex, the goal's this way. Rex, the goal is this way. This way, Rex. Floats like a butterfly, stings like a bee. Matilda in there. Slow progress by Rex Garrod. He's using the touchline board. Matilda in there. Surely that's a foul tackle, referee. Matilda doesn't know the meaning of the word foul. Chasing Cassius away. Groundhog there in the middle of your picture. Steady work by Cassius, and in the end rewarded, yes! Rex Garrod through. 3 left.
2, 1. Activate.
The bizarre bot morality of Rex Garrod. There's Wizard. An early surge up to 50 miles an hour. But in comes Cassius. Cassius faster, lighter, but strong enough to upend dead metal. This is a good surge of power. 25 miles an hour, Rex can get on Cassius. Taking on the house robots. That's what he said he'd do. Now he takes on Wizard, pushing it into the perimeter patrol zone. This is where our house robots are king. There's Killalot. And Bash behind. In comes the Ram. Trying to flick Killalot off. In comes Cassius again to take on Wizard. Bash in there as well. Wizard's in trouble here, immobilised. Pushed in with the house robots. Can't get out. That's the end of Wizard for me. Killalot and Bash in there as well. Richard Johnson will try and steer it away. But Rex Garrod with Cassius showing more style, more aggression, and again taking on the house robots. Taking on Bash. Taking on the circular saw. The big CO2 gas-powered Ram can't flick Bash away. Killalot closing in, and Cassius loves it. This is what Rex said he'd do, and he's doing it. Spinning away. He's taken them away.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Will Rex practice what he preaches in the final? Dodging, spinning, dancing with Loco, avoiding that spring-powered Ram getting in underneath Loco, bashing and crunching, almost going into the PPZ. David Isles and Richard Manning, the 13-year-olds, doing well here in the final. There's that spring-loaded Ram shooting out in front of Loco, flipped up and over, immobilised, but no damage caused. Rex Garrod as good as his word. There was that flick-up of the big CO2 gas Ram from Cassius. Now the house robots come in. Oh, don't cause them damage. Young Richard Manning and David Isles trying to get Loco away. Cassius, don't you touch my mate! Get away, dead metal! Cassius here like a Robin Hood character. Shunt, mean and merciless. Matilda too. No place for pacifists in robot wars, say the house robots. Tusk, tusk, says Matilda. On Cassius. In comes dead metal. Meanwhile, we know that Loco flipped up out of it. This is just a question of what punishment can be meted out onto Cassius and Rex Garrod. Oh, look at the sparks flying here. What's happened with the sparks flying? Cassius with dead metal and Matilda and Shunt all in here, creating damage. Will Cassius, surely the winner of this heat, be fit enough for later on in the competition? The question has to be asked. Yes, on the evidence of that. They love him. A little pirouette of delight. Oh, magnificent. And he's flipped Matilda. It's the second time he's done it. He's the star of the show. Look at that. Drew them in. Up goes Matilda. He's taken on them all. And finally, I think this could be some respite for Rex if they nudge him in. Oh, it's a tired Cassius, but it's a victorious Cassius. Great final. That's what Robot Wars is all about.
That's good fun, wasn't it?
You took on them all.
Well, yeah, you got to try. You must try.
You ended up in the pit, but look at Matilda.
Looks dead.
You bashed her. You bashed them all.
Yeah.
It's such a fast robot, yours, isn't it?
I wish I could control it.
Roboteers, stand by.
And here he is, Rex Garrod with Cassius.
So who, if anyone, do you most fear?
Kill a lot. I don't think I can kill him.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
This one of the great characters of Robot Wars, Rex Garrod, special effects expert, and through the brick wall. And taking on the huge ball, and into the pit, and there's Shunt to block the way. He loves to take on the house robots or any obstacle he can face, Cassius and Rex Garrod. There's Shunt camera. Oh, look at that! Penetrating punishment. Just giving Cassius a little ventilation, Shunt. But the weirdy-beardy continues. Has it done enough, Rex Garrod? Well, he looks doubtful. Only 5.15 meters, that's a shock!
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Cassius with the mighty punch. Look at the barrels and the bricks go. Already at least 30 points scored from barrels. I'd say at least 30 points scored from bricks as well. There's Kill-A-Lot, waiting though. And Cassius, always lifted up on those bricks. Needs to get out of there. Look at the puncture marks on top. And he's been pinned down by the lance of Kill-A-Lot and dragged effortlessly into the air. Goes beyond the ramp. Turns up. Ah, brilliant! Superb gymnastics from Cassius. The little backflip was super. Let's have a look. Hey! How about that? Break dancing from Rex Garrod and Cassius. That's terrific. A little bunny hopping away. Magnificent stuff. Needs to get points on the board, though. This time Matilda's in an... Ooh, look at that! A tracker's gone. A major problem there. Immobilised at the end.
Cassius, give us the platform! That was one of the most spectacular bits of robots here I've ever seen on Robot Wars. What was that about?
A self-righting mechanism.
A self-righting mechanism. It was like a double somersault in the air.
Yeah, well, that's just one of its tricks.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
Cassius has taken over the mantle as Robot Wars' favourite after the demise of Mortis earlier on, and immediately flipping Aardvark once and twice. Rolling Aardvark, though, back onto the wheels. Underneath again. Good aggression from Cassius. Good control, of course, by Rex Garrod. Now damage inflicted on Aardvark. Keep my bottle. There's Sergeant Bash we saw in the background. Kill-A-Lot 2 in the PPZ, the perimeter patrol zone. Aardvark trying to get back at Cassius now. Nudging Cassius onto Kill-A-Lot. Now that could be deadly for Rex Garrod. Because look at the chain has come off there. And Cassius is in trouble here. Cassius is going no further, that's for certain. Oh no, spins away. In the end, it does get away. Aardvark lifted now. That's not fair, surely. Just picked up so effortlessly by Kill-A-Lot. What a mean, horrific brute he is. Into the flames. And they're dangling. The remote control aerial. Ooh, melting, blistering. Buckling and smoking and smouldering the dreams of the Aardvark team. Immobilised, and Cassius meanwhile takes on Kill-A-Lot, leaving Aardvark to be dealt with by Shanton Bash. And look at Cassius! Well, he almost lifted Kill-A-Lot. We've never seen that before. That was very close. Aardvark's still in there alive, they think. Cassius meanwhile wanted to take on the house robot to have a little bit of this, says Shanton Bash. You take us on, you'll get punishment. But he's done enough. He knows it.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
Plenty of respect between the two teams. Apprehension, in particular, on the faces of the Roadblock team. But there's early aggression from Roadblock, trying to get in underneath Cassius. And despite what they were saying, you sense they're trying to flip Cassius, who rides Roadblock. Matilda turns to try and get her chainsaw into position. And if anything, Roadblock just helping Cassius to avoid the chainsaw. And in doing so, robots run into the pincers of dead metal. Here's the problem, that Cassius can't get off the back of Roadblock now. He can't use the traction for that missile-type steering to come into effect. Oh, look at that, though! How sharp is that blade digging into the surface of the arena? Still, Roadblock is pushing and forcing the issue. Now Cassius is away. Has an opportunity. Cassius, ooh, just avoiding. Killalot, and Killalot's flipped it. Are we going to see it? Are we going to see it? Yes! We have seen it. They left the bunny off. Let's see it again. Hey! Wonderful stuff. And again, super stuff with that ram. That self-righting ram. Brilliant. Oh, look at this, top of your picture, Robot meanwhile is run into the PPZ, it's in trouble, and in comes Cassius. Will he use the ram in the attack? Yes! Robot is flipped on its side, shunting there, dead metal too, and in comes Killalot with the lance, and to the victor the spoils. Killalot's deadly, dreadful lance, pinning and flipping Roadblock. Matilda comes in, there's the awful pincer. The boys from Bodmin surely know they're up against it now. The House Robots are toying with the reigning champions. They're in awful trouble. Cassius comes in and tries to push Killalot away from Roadblock. How typical is that of Rex Garrod's sportsmanship? Time is ticking down, though. Cassius comes in for one more shove to get it away from dead metal. Almost getting into trouble too from Killalot. But surely Cassius and Rex Garrod have done enough here.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Almost silence in the arena. It is so tense. Cassius immediately on the attack with Rex Garrod, an inspiration to all young engineers everywhere. And underneath Panic Attack, with that front blade, Panic Attack raising money for charity. Really couldn't have two more pleasant finalists, but now, go on, kill each other. Cassius, oh hey! A flyover from Panic Attack. A little hop. And piggyback on the back of Cassius and pushing it into dead metal. Look at this again. Up and over. Good stuff. Good control by Panic Attack, and again. But the aggression was on the part of Cassius. And again on dead metal. But Rex loves a house robot. Panic Attack turns. Get up to 9 miles an hour. Cassius 25 miles an hour. The more powerful of the two. Panic Attack underrated. Look at that! Oh, what an upset! Panic Attack the winners! That is a huge upset! But now's your chance.
Stand by.
The rematch, the grudge match.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Mortis with the Kevlar laminated axe. Cassius with the self-righting arm. Both of them look back and scarred and weary. Ooh, look at that axe coming in. Cassius wise with Rex Garrod steering away. Oh, there's damage. Look at that. Look at the mark on top of Cassius, scything in a hole. Cassius turns away now. Avoids the pit. Whoa! Almost into the pit from Rex Garrod. Needs to get out from there. Shunt to give him an early push into doom and gloom. Now away again. Meanwhile, Mortis waits there. Cassius trying to nudge Mortis into the pit of oblivion. And oh no! What on earth was he doing? Mortis has won the grudge match. And Rex Garrod committed suicide. Aha! And Mortis goes too! Oh, look at the dent on top of Mortis! The House Robots get there! Long-awaited revenge! And Cassius rises from the dead! Brilliant stuff! Cassius rises, tries to push Mortis out.
From Suffolk, Cassius 2.
The long-awaited appearance of the runner-up from the last series, Cassius and Rex Garrod, a flip-up paddle and CO2-powered rear spike the weapons. Motors from lawnmowers. Can this cut the rest down to size? And what innovations, what surprises this time around? Because in the last wars, Cassius stunned us all. The first ever appearance of a SRI-mech, a self-righting mechanism. Cassius 2, the favourite to win the wars because of agility and ability like that. Fantastic roly-poly style. But then met Panic Attack in the final. And were beaten.
My name's Rex Garrod, and this is my crew, Mick Cutter, Simon West, and this is my robot, Cassius 2. It's much faster, much lighter, got a more effective weapon at the back, which is a ram which protrudes about 3/4 of a metre. Enormous power, should be quite a lethal weapon. And of course it still does its famous flip, and it has air suspension. And that's about it.
From Bristol, Dundee.
Drive chains from a car, teeth chains from a hospital hoist. The mainframe's a physio's couch. The bodywork comes from freezers. They plundered everything from here to Dundee. Enough to drive anyone loco, and that's how they appeared in the last wars. And would you believe it? They were drawn against Cassius then. They're against Cassius 2 now. And that's not lucky for them. Rolled up and over. Going loco, but not in Acapulco. On the arena floor. And it wasn't the locomotion too long.
My name's Eric Mannion. I'm part of the Dundee team with Richard Mannion, my son, and Charles Humphreys, his friend. It's built mainly of scrap material. Probably has taken us about 3 months to build. The idea of the teeth is to actually draw the opponent into the disc cutter. The disc cutter is actually mounted on the top part of the jaw, which also lifts and lowers, which should be able to tip an opponent or push them over.
Roboteers, stand by.
Another change for Cassius 2 this time around. Mick Cutter there on the right was with the Chaos team in the last series. And there's Dundee.
3,
with
2,
Dad Eric Mannion,
1.
Richard his son, and Charles Humphreys. And it's the Croc that comes rocking out of the starting traps first. Cassius using the big flipper. Ooh, and immediately driven here. Cassius into Killalot's claws. The great lance and the drill and the pincer of Killalot, but away Cassius, and using good speed too. A zero turning circle. How much speed, we asked Rex Garrod. Sufficient was his reply. Keeping his cards very close to his chest. Cassius 2 now bumping against Dundee and trying to shovel it towards Killalot, towards the CPZ. You push an opponent into a CPZ, a corner patrol zone, and that means the house robots can come out to play. Killalot against Dundee. Dundee away, slamming into the wall and bouncing off. There's Rex Garrod and Mick Cutter at the controls of Cassius 2. Good battle this. And Dundee already doing better than Loco did in the last series until then. And falling the same way. Sucked in, flipped up and over and out. And now it's Cassius 2 against the House Robots. And this is what we love about Rex Garrod. A smile etched on his face of pure joy as his bot takes on the House Robots. Oh, and taking terrible punishment from Shunt, slamming down through the polycarbonate body shell, trying to flip Shunt away, rammed against the arena wall. Cassius 2 already through, of course, because Dundee, the sorry, sad, lost sight in the middle of the arena. Cassius 2 with the
3,
flipper.
2,
There's Pussycat.
activate.
Which will roll over to get the diamond saw into play immediately. Against the wedge front of Cassius, but don't forget the flipper lies within that wedge front. That's the back of the Pussycat cherry picker. Cassius won't want to go on the flame pit. Controls, of course, protected by the polycarbonate shell, but could burn out if torched. Great shunting and bashing and barging going on. Pussycat trying to right itself. The Shremek technique brought into Robo Wars by Cassius into the pit backwards.
Cease.
So we'll see. Can they get themselves out, or did it go in sideways? That's the first time we saw the great CO2-powered spike lunging out. Now they went on the drive, misjudged, went into the pit on its side. They won't get out from there. What a shock this is. Cassius 2 have gone.
Shock all round. Cassius 2, my personal favourite, goes out. The winner is Pussycat. Rex, what went wrong?
Well, we went to pit again. I'm not driving this time. He takes full responsibility.
So you're responsible. I mean, you are probably my favourite robot to win this. I had my money on you guys. And
Well, you lost again.
Well, you've got loads of tricks that the robot can do that we never got to see.
I know, but that was a terrific opponent.
It's a fine robot, isn't it?
It really is.
Cassius was responsible for one of the finest moments on Robot Wars 2. We were expecting fireworks from you this time round, but it never happened.
Well, you got the fireworks out of the pit.
Never mind. Ladies and gentlemen, give Cassius 2 a round of applause.